Hi everyone, this is Anderson Kanju, aka the Kenyan Analyst, and welcome back to another exciting video. So today we're going to be looking at how we can be able to clean up your messy data and be able to uh, make it good for cleaning, as well as show you some maybe tips and tricks, some of which you may not know, some of which you may know, and yeah, so that you can basically get something from your data. And so let's dive right into our workbook. As we can see, this is our data set and it has 6 columns where we have the approval status, the sales division, the product details in pharmacy 1, pharmacy 2, and pharmacy 3, and then we have the unique ID. So looking at our workbook or our worksheet, sorry, for that matter, we can see at C2 we have the column C where which is the product details for pharmacy 1. But inside C2, which is the column C, row 2, you can see we have the focus product, the quantity per week, and we have in that row we have 3 entries, and it's the same 3 entries whereby we have the product and the quantity. So this is uh, very bad for our case, because if you want to find the total maybe quantity for uh, this product over here, which is carbofuran, we'll need to sum the quantities for each and every uh, pharmacy, as well as for each and every appearance of or instance of carbofuran. But that's not possible. Why? Because as you can see, this is in form of text, and again, it's very messy. So let's see how we can now get this. So we can have, um, and it applies the same to even the other pharmacies. So you can see pharmacy 2 has the same issue, pharmacy 3 has the same issue. So you can see we can have 3 columns, which will be clean and enable us to do analysis. So you can see we can have the pharmacy column, you can see can have the focus product, and you can see we can have the quantity per week. So we are going to use Power Query to be able to do this, and let's go right in. So we're going to open a query. So from table range, and here we are. So we're going to first of all split each and every column. So we come over here and you can see the entries are separated by a line. So we have the first product and its quantity in the first line, the next product on the second line, the third product on the second on the that line. So we'll have to split the column then by delimiter. Then I'll come over here. I'll not use the colon, but I'll use a custom and use a special character which is known as the line feed. Click OK, and that's it. So you can see pharmacy 1, product 1, pharmacy 1, product 2, pharmacy 3, product 2, product 3, and each and every one, each of them has their focus product and the quantity. So do the same to pharmacy 2. So by delimiter, gain custom, which using special character, line feed, click OK, do the same for 3. We'll come over here, split column by delimiter, so custom, and then split using special character, and then line feed, then click OK. So after I've done that, now I can, so working with those 9, so you can see I've now created from the 3, we now have 9 columns, and again, it's not yet clean. So we need to remain with the pharmacy, the focus product, and the RX quantity per week. So I'll do one thing it's called pivoting. So I'll unpivoting columns, sorry. So I'll just click the ones that are few. So the remaining columns, that is, because there's no need for me selecting the 9 columns. So I have the approval status. Then I come over here to transform. I go to unpivot column and then unpivot other columns. Okay, so if I had selected the 9 columns, I'll select unpivot columns. But since I've just selected the fewer three, just like that. And there you go. Did I just a minute? Yeah, I didn't. It seems I selected that, so I'll just undo that. And so let me start selecting again. So yeah, I had already selected another column. So let me select that, and select that. Then unpivot columns, unpivot other columns. Yeah, and there it is. So you can see all the other three columns are on the other side. And now I have now two columns, but still this one is still dirty. So I'll split that using the command delimiter. Okay, so come here, split column by delimiter. Then I'll take it to a comma and click OK. Now you can see I have over here, I can have my column named pharmacy. Let me just do that. So I can name it pharmacy. I can name this one to be the focus product, and then I can name this one to be the RX quantity per week. Quantity per week. I click on enter. And again, this one is not yet clean because I only had three pharmacies. Pharmacy 1, Pharmacy 2, and Pharmacy 3. But you can see here Pharmacy 1.1, Pharmacy 1.2. So I can just rename that to be Pharmacy 1. So I'll just replace values. I'll just replace this one with Pharmacy 1. Any instance where I see Pharmacy 1, that's Pharmacy 1. And any instance I see Pharmacy 2, that's Pharmacy 2. So we could do that. Replace values. Do that. Click OK. And then now you can go to now Pharmacy 2. Then click Pharmacy 2. I copy that so that I don't keep on typing. Come here, replace values. Click that. Click OK. Over here, I replace the values. I do that. I click OK. Then now to the last one, replace values. Control V, but I replace now with a 3. OK. Do that, do that, and do that, and that. Do that, and now I have only three pharmacies, as you can see from my drop-down list over here. It's only pharmacy 1, pharmacy 2, and pharmacy 3. So that's done. But as I come for the focus product, I still want to remain in the last part. So I'll use a built-in function called extract. So I'll extract the text after the delimiter, full colon in the space. So I'll come over here, extract text after delimiter, then I just put the full colon in the space, and I click OK. Same applies to RX quantity per week. I have the full column and then a space, and then I have the numbers. So I'll just click on that column, then extract text after delimiter. Then I just use the same full column and a space. And I click OK. So as you can see, now I have kinda of a clean data. So let me come to sales division over here. So as you can see, I have Asperger's chronic, I have Asperger's gene and pain. So I can just want to remain with just the the last part, that's chronic gene and pain. So again, use extract. So I'll extract text after delimiter. Then I use a hyphen in the space and I click OK. That's gone. And then I come over here. Since I need to do numerical analysis later in the video, so I'll need this column to be uh, in form of numbers. Okay, so I'll come over here and change the data type to whole number, and then now everything is good. So I have quantity per week as a numerical, yeah, and now I load. So as you can see, let me just switch the tabs. So this was our data before we cleaned it, and now this is our clean data. You can see, so from this to this, Very good. And so now we will go, that was our first step. So I was just basically showing you how to clean your data using Power Query. And we've not cleaned it, the whole of it. As you can see, let me see. So over here we have an entry value. You can still do that using Power Query, but we're not going to look into that for now. You can do it at your own free time. Just get a data, edit your data, and try to clean it. So what are we doing next? So if I want to extract uh, the data where I only have the approval status as as uh, as what? I only want to get, let me see, the categories as approved. Okay, so I can do that using the filter. So I'll just come here, create my function. So I'll use the function filter. As you can see, it has told you to click your array one. So my table one here has been saved in Excel automatically as table one underscore one. The table one is the original table we had from sheet one. So I can go there, table one underscore one. And then I need to where the approval status. So I'll sorry. So I'll do that. And then I need to where the approval status is approved. So equals to approved. So and what I'm doing is I'm fetching the data where the approval status is approved, and there I go. Okay, so then I can just copy this over here. So instead now of let me show you that in a bit. So it just paste those columns over here. So now instead of coming over here, and another way you can do that is just saying click OK, and then select all these and then Control C and Control V. Okay, so instead of doing that, and then you can maybe you would have done some calculations over here. So you can use the filter function to do that. Okay, so what do we have next? So suppose I I have this entry over here. Let me switch up that. Uh, so suppose now let me get all my columns back, all my entries back. So suppose I want to get a certain attribute using a key variable. So for our case, the key variable here was or was the unique ID. This is the original data, and you can see the unique ID was not repeated. Okay, so I can still use it as my key variable because some of the attributes did not change. For example, for the approval status, it won't change. For the sales division, it won't change. That is for each and every unique ID. But things like the pharmacy, the focus product, and the quantity, of course, they will change. So suppose I want to get uh, the approval status for the unique ID 635. Of course, I can see it right now. It's in progress. But suppose you have like 100 rows to work with. You see, if you say, for example, the unique ID was somewhere uh, between, and then you have to look for it using your own eyes, and then scroll all the way to maybe the feature you want. It won't be uh, really reasonable. So you can use XLOOKUP to do that. So let's see how we're going to use. So we have XLOOKUP, and lookup value is just whatever. So you can have the unique ID at hand, or you can just click on it. So for example, my case is just C8. I can just type in 635. So the lookup array is where you your key variable is located. So for my case is located at table 1 and it's under unique ID. So just click on unique ID and that. Then what do you want it to return? So for my case, I want it to return the approval status. So I'll have table 1 and then I filter it out to approval status. So yeah, and I close that. So what if it's not found? If it's not found, I just want you to return the text not found, not found, and then I want to look for so you can either look for an exact match or next similar item, exact match or next large item, but good character. So for my case, I want the exact match. Okay. So you click on 0 and close the bracket, and then click enter. And as I can see, for 635, the approval status is in progress. So I can, as I told you, you can just click over here and say 635, and that's it what it will do. But if I was to put, say, 700 and something, or maybe 1,000 or maybe one, it will tell me not found. So that's how you do it. So next is to do what? It is to create a very simple dashboard, using Excel. So, and now we're going to use something called pivot tables. So we have our data over here. Maybe you want to get the quantity per week of the sales division in each pharmacy. So I can just go here, insert uh, pivot table, and I can say over here from which table range, and my table is known as table. I hope I'll have named it correctly, table 1_1, and I want the pivot table to be in a new worksheet, and I click OK, and there I go. So I'll move the uh, the numerical variable to where I have values, and then since I want for each and every sales division, I come over here and get the sales division, and I get the sum. So you can get the sum, you can get the average just by clicking over here, and you go to value field settings, and you can have the sum, the count, the average. So for my case, I wanted the sum of quantity sold. And then now I need for each and every pharmacy, and I need to be able to interchange that. So I'll just come over here, pivot table design it so it was already activated. And then I come here and I insert a slicer. Then I just check on pharmacy and I click on OK. So at this case, it's displaying the sum of quantity per week for all the pharmacies. So if I just want for pharmacy one, I just click over there and you can see the total was 767. The total were the for the sales division, the chronic sales division, it was 21. For the gene sales division, it was 131. For the pain sales division, it was 585. And for pharmacy 2, the total was 174. For pharmacy itself, the total was 681. And you can see that. So our last thing, let me go back to our data set. So our last thing, maybe you can see, you want to see the top 10% uh, quantities sold or bought. I don't know which is the case. So it was either bought or sold for this company. And I just want to highlight them. So maybe when someone is going through the worksheet, or maybe, yeah, so you can see some of the products that were sold in it. So I'll use conditional formatting. So let's come over here and I go to conditional formatting and then top 10. This one, the top 10%. Okay. So just click that and I can choose a field. So top 10%, you can change it over there, whether you want to the top 50 there. But for my case, I just want the top 10%, and I want that red field so that I can see that. And then I click OK. And here you go. So you can see the ones that were top percent have been highlighted in red. So the values range from what? Then from 0 to 30. Okay. And so the top 10%, these are the quantities that were the top 10. We have 9, 10, 9, 8. And as you can see, almost all of them are from the product type Zalak. So 13, 10, 9, 20, 20, 20. So as you can see, almost all the top quantities, top 10% quantities, are from the focus product Zalak. And you can simply say that Zalak is the most sold quantity or bought, whichever the case, quantity according to this data set and according to what the company was doing. So we've come to the end of the video and thank you for following through. If you found this video interesting, if you found it to add value, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to come back for the next one. See you next time. Adios. Bye bye.